Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I am the style coach. If you are a subscriber, you will have noticed that I have been absent from my videos over the last 2 weeks or so, just to kind of take some time out, regroup and have a think about what is to come in terms of videos for this channel. So thank you for being so patient and for coming back and watching the videos. Today's video is about one of the biggest autumn trends that is around right now, and if you have been following me at all, you know that I'm not a trend follower. I don't buy into them unless they suit my style personality and they suit my body shape and colouring, of course, as well. So what I am going to talk about in this video is if you should buy into it in terms of your body shape. Like always, I encourage people to buy things and think about their purchases carefully so that it's not just a thing that trends for a season, but something that you can get wear out of for years, hopefully, and thereby reducing your consumption. Let me know in the comments below if you have already bought into this trend or you're thinking about it, or whether this video has encouraged you to buy it or put you off it. So what is this trend that we are seeing everywhere this autumn 2020? Well, you probably have guessed it. It's the big shoulder tops that we've been seeing. They've kind of got built-in shoulder pads. Now, some of us have inbuilt strong shoulders and we don't need the help of shoulder pads or, extra volume in this area. But yet you might be thinking, well, I like to follow a trend and so I'm going to buy into it. I'm going to give you a few guidelines to know whether this is something you should buy into that you will get the use out of, or whether to avoid it. A good rule of thumb when styling is to achieve balance in your shoulders and your hips and to create some kind of a defined waist. So I'll first talk about what body shapes this style of top is good for, and then talk about which body shapes should probably stay away from this and wait for a different trend to come in that suits their body shape. If you are a pear shape, an hourglass, or a rectangle shape, this is something that you can make work for you. Let's talk about the pear shape first. So you're already kind of a little bit bottom heavy. You carry your weight around maybe the tummy, the hips, the bum area. You might wear a smaller size on top. So by wearing a top similar to this with the big shoulders, you're creating a balance between the shoulders and the hips. Just make sure to tuck it in with the waist so it's not just one solid block of colour, that you actually enhance your body shape rather than kind of covering it up. For hourglass figures, you've got to be a little careful with this one, because once you start adding volume to the upper half, you are going to knock your proportions out of whack because you are now creating a top heavy look. So what you want to do here is you want to make sure that you balance it out by giving volume to the bottom half as well. You might do this in the form of a peplum style top or a box pleat skirt, an A-line skirt, something that will give that balance and not knock that already balanced shape out of balance. Similarly for the rectangle shape, so your proportions are quite similar all the way up and down. Your shoulders, your waist, your hip, they're all pretty much the same measurements. So if you begin to add volume to the shoulders, it's a good idea to add volume to the lower half, similar to the hourglass shape. Just make sure you tuck it in with a belt in the middle or something that's going to give you that shape rather than kind of creating just up and down straight lines. So who is best to avoid this trend this season? The inverted triangle is probably one that will stay away from this trend, I imagine. So if you are already broad across the shoulders and your waist measurements and your hip measurements are about, say, 5% or more smaller, then you may want to avoid buying into this trend. Save your money for a trend that really suits your body shape, and don't jump on the bandwagon of I see it on every influencer and all this business. Save your money and buy into a trend that is going to look great on you. Now, I've got to say at the end of every video, if you like it, you go for it. These are purely guidelines. But I do encourage people to buy things that they're not just going to wear for a season. It's, it can be incredibly wasteful, and I do encourage people to buy into quality things that really suit them and that way you'll get the wear out of them. That's it for today's video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video or learned something new, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and I will see you next time. Bye!